idea of society. This is the classical example, and I will give you a very simple case study. In 1911, just imagine, in 1911, Bal Gangadhar Tilak has stated very categorically about free and compulsory education for 6 to 14 years of children in the Imperial Legislative Council, and he was a member of Imperial Legislative Council. He demanded free and compulsory education for 6 to 14 years of children, but it was completely rejected by the British authority, and in 1st April 2010 it was included in the Right to Education Article 21A as per the Indian Constitution. In Article 21A there are 3 provisions which I will let you know, and then this point will become quite clear. In Article 21A, which is the part of your fundamental rights, as far as fundamental rights is concerned, if somebody is violating your fundamental rights, you can directly move to the Supreme Court. There is no need to move either to the district court or even High Court. You can directly move to the Supreme Court, even though you have the option to move into the High Court also, but you can directly move to the Supreme Court if your fundamental rights is violated. So this is integrated in fundamental rights Article 21A, and there is a 3 provision in this. First one is free and compulsory education for the students of, or for the children of 6 to 14 years. Second one is the education which you are providing to 6 to 14 years students, that should be the quality education. And last one is very much critical, and please keep this thing in your mind for always, that there should be the 25% seats reserved in all the private schools for the EWS category students. EWS stands for economically weaker section of society. Now I will tell you the dramatic events which took place recently. One incident took place in Maharashtra and other took place in Punjab. What Maharashtra government did? Maharashtra government framed a law in which Maharashtra government stated that if you are not able to get government school within 1 kilometer territory of your area, within the 1 kilometer radius of your area, then only you are eligible to take admission in any private school. Now you can understand. So Maharashtra government has passed a law that if you are residing at your native place and within the radius of 1 kilometer, if there is no any government school, then only you are eligible to get admission in the private school. Punjab government moved one step ahead, and he passed the law. But the Punjab government passed the law that if you are not getting the admission in any government schools, then only you can come to me and I will give you the admission. Means, if I am willing to take admission in any private school, being a EWS category student, first of all, I will have to show that nobody is taking my admission in government schools, and because of which I want to study in this school. So Bombay High Court has completely struck down or strike down these rules, and this rule of Maharashtra government is now null and void. And why private schools were doing like this? Because of several reasons. And why the government has initiated inclusive education? Because if you are integrating the poor students, I will not say poor students, but if you are integrating the economically challenging, deprived section of the society into the classroom, then you will see the diversity of students. There might be the few students who are coming from a very rich background. There might be the students who are coming from the normal family, middle class family, lower middle class family, upper middle class family, and there might be the students who are coming from economically deprived section of society. And if you are integrating all of them, then there will be a very wonderful atmosphere, I will say, or ecosystem of learning together. That is why government has initiated these kind of things. But in ground, whether it is implemented on the practical level, obviously not. Everywhere, this condition is everywhere. So this is the basic meaning of inclusive education, right? I don't think anybody can want to ask anything regarding this. What do you mean by inclusive education? Whatever you are saying, that is good to integrate the physically challenged students. But as far as Article 21A considers fundamental right, it was integrated in 2010, first happened in 2010. Now it is considered as a fundamental rights. But it was initiated in 1911 by Bal Gangadhar Tilak in legislative, Imperial Legislative Council. But it was rejected by the British authority. So this is a part of your fundamental rights. And what is Article 21A is all about? First, to provide free and compulsory education to students of 6 to 14 years. Second, quality education should be ensured. And third, there should be 25% seats reserved for the economically weaker section of society, for students, whatever you want to say. So this is all about the theories. And if in case I am getting some more time, then I will explain a few more details also regarding NEP and regarding some motivational stuff. NEP is, I think, what was the last topic? Language proficiency. Whatever you people were discussing or explaining about the language proficiency, I think there is a dire need to improve your sense of understanding. As far as language proficiency is concerned, I think each and every teacher should be familiar with the mother tongue, and apart from the instruction of language. Suppose that you are residing in AP, right? So at least you should be perfected in Hindi, English and Telugu. And there is a complete and strict guidelines from the NEP that up to 5th class, each and everything should be taught completely in regional language or mother tongue language, right? So if you are teaching in the classroom completely, see, language is just a medium, right? If you was thinking that speaking in English and explaining, I am not undermining the English, right? But yes, at the same time, if you will be explaining the same concept in the regional language, in the mother tongue language, then the kids, the students will be connecting very easily. So because of that, I am requesting to all of you that explaining in English is very much mandatory, but at the same time, if you see that few students are not connecting in English, in English or in Hindi, then you are requested to explain the same concept in Telugu also, in regional language also. So this is what NEP has very categorically stated in their statement. Apart from that, there is another provision which is called ECCE. I think Rashmi ma'am, you might have heard. ECCE. What is the full form of ECC? This is the basic of NEP 2020. On the first para, you will be encountered with this word which is called ECCE. What is the full form of ECCE? I am not asking the crux and objective of this complete abbreviation, but I am simply asking you the full form of ECCE.
Primary teacher must be aware. Pre-primary, grade pre-primary, E for very good.
Early childhood, early childhood care and education. This is very basic thing. You should get familiar with this. So, as per the fundamental rights, Article 21A, there is clear-cut provision that there should be the free and compulsory education for the children of 6 to 14 years. But what will be the initiative for those who are below 6 years. This was taken into account by TNEP policy makers, and then they have included